No. No.
Shit.
You, dude. Holy.
On October 10th, 2020, Kyle Burgess was just finishing a run through Slate Canyon just outside of Provo, Utah. He was about 2 miles into the canyon when he noticed a few small animals running around on the trail just ahead of him. Now for Kyle, he had seen wildlife in this area before, and at first, he wasn't really concerned. He pulled out his phone, started recording, and started to walk a little closer. Within seconds, Kyle would realize that these weren't the animals he thought they were. Slate Canyon cuts into the mountains just southeast of Provo. Kyle Burgess lived nearby in Orem, and on this Saturday afternoon, he was nearing the end of what he described as roughly a 10-mile running loop. It was around 5 p.m. when he started heading back down the canyon. Ahead of him were 4 small animals. Kyle initially thought they might be bobcats, something he had encountered before, so he did what many people would do after they encounter unexpected wildlife. He took out his phone to get closer. His video begins with the animals moving around ahead of him. Kyle continues towards them. Then, something appears from around the bend. A full-grown goddamn mountain lion. And suddenly, Kyle understood what he had actually walked toward. Those weren't bobcats, they were mountain lion cubs. And this was their mother. The mountain lion, without hesitation, moved closer to Kyle. Kyle began backing away, but he did not turn around, and he did not run. Kyle started yelling at her, trying to make himself appear threatening. At one point he shouted,
I'm big and scary. Holy.
But she continued coming. Sometimes she walked, other times she stopped, then she would suddenly charge forward.
No.
At one point, the mountain lion came within roughly 4 or 5 feet of him, but Kyle kept backing away. Every time he tried to bend down to grab a rock, he noticed her behavior changed. She would move toward him in a more threatening way. So Kyle just kept moving slowly backwards, and the distance between him and the cubs slowly grew. This continued for about 6 minutes, and Kyle was walking backward for much of it. He yelled,
No, you taste, dude.
he growled,
Ah! Ah! Attacking your eyes to look away from you.
he maintained eye contact, and occasionally he tried talking and reasoning with an animal that obviously couldn't understand him.
Go get your babies.
But the mountain lion stayed with him. At several points, she rushed forward, hissing, with her front paws coming off the ground. Then she was suddenly stopped. No physical contact was made. But from Kyle's position, there was no way to know that when the lion rushed next, if she would actually stop again. Kyle continued retreating. Then came another charge.
No.
This time, Kyle's reaction was captured clearly on the recording. And whenever he attempted to lower himself toward the ground, she became more aggressive, until Kyle finally saw an opportunity. There was a rock within reach. Kyle managed to grab it without making the angry mother even more mad. He threw it towards the mountain lion, and this time, she actually turned around. She ran back down the trail in the direction they had come from. Kyle remained where he was, but Kyle now had another problem. The mountain lion had just disappeared down the same trail Kyle needed to use to get back home. At this point, he was nearing the end of his approximately 10-mile loop, and continuing another way would have meant roughly another 7 miles. Going back toward the trailhead meant returning towards the area where he had encountered the cougar and her cubs. Kyle waited approximately 30 minutes. Then he started back down the canyon. This time he carried a stick and a rock. Along the way, Kyle encountered other hikers coming up the trail. He asked if they had seen a mountain lion, and at first they laughed. Then Kyle showed them what he recorded on his phone. That laughing stopped real quick. Kyle continued towards the trailhead. There was no sign of the mother, no sign of the cubs, and eventually Kyle made it out of Slate Canyon without a scratch. Kyle reported what happened to the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources. Conservation officers searched the canyon the following day but did not locate the mother or her cubs. But after reviewing Kyle's video, wildlife officials believed there was an explanation for what he had experienced. Their mother most likely wasn't stalking Kyle as prey. She was trying to get him away from her young. And that's an important distinction. They say that mountain lions hunting prey typically rely on stealth and ambush. What Kyle's video shows is very different. The mother repeatedly made herself visible, rushed toward him, stopped short, and continued following as Kyle moved farther away from the cubs. Wildlife officials advise people encountering a mountain lion to stand tall, maintain eye contact, make themselves look larger, speak firmly, and slowly create distance. Kyle's initial mistake was surprisingly simple. He saw young animals, got curious, and got closer. He just didn't know what was watching them or protecting them. Please let me know in the comments how you would have handled this situation. Do you think you would have cried? Do you think you would have ran? Turned your back on the cat like we're not supposed to? Right? Like Kyle's situational awareness are what really saved his life that day. Knowing not to turn your back, knowing to stand tall, be loud, and those things are super important when we're out in nature and around dangerous animals like this. Me personally, I'd never go hiking without my gun. So, God forbid if something ever charges at me like that, I'm emptying the clip. Every single bullet. And I carry an extended clip. So, yeah, I hope to never be in this situation. I go hiking a lot here in Las Vegas, and I'm always cautious, I'm always aware, but you never know, you never know. So I appreciate you watching, and if you're into videos like this, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Take care.